Alright, so to combat the crappy learn how to play tutorial system, as I mentioned in my Huntress video, I like that behaviorist did this into the fog section. So kind of carrying on what we did with yesterday's video where I played the Huntress, we're going to grab the Trapper. Because this is the next one here. You know, you got the Huntress one, you got the Trapper one, and those are free basic characters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to I already have a build set up because I play Trapper. This is all perks that you would have at the start of the game as a new player. So let's say you went through the crappy tutorial and you decided you wanted to try and play Killer and you wanted to play Trapper. So this is a basic build. This could be a backpack build, you know, it could be a basement build. You know, so you got Iron Grasp so that you can, you know, hang on to them a little bit longer. Agitation so you move a little bit faster to get to the hook. Brutal Strength because that's one of the challenges. You know, play as Trapper with Brutal Strength. And No Ed for Endgame. I chose common add-ons. Trapper Bag so I can, you know, carry an extra trap. Fastening tools so I can set them just a little bit quicker. And then blood points. I have them, so why not use them? You know, I've got lots of options as far as, you know, blood points go. I could go with a Mori. I'm not going to. So let's just see how long it takes for us to get a match. We'll load in, we'll see what type of survivors we get. When it comes to Trapper, it's all about hiding your traps and knowing where survivors like to loop. So pre-trap windows, grassy areas around vaults. Watch us get some type of indoor map, something of that nature, since I'm kind of talking through it. So watch, we'll get like Leary's, or maybe if we get lucky, we'll get some type of outdoor map. Hopefully one with some grass. There are a few common key spots that you can trap that will help you catch survivors off guard. I play Trapper a lot more than I play Huntress. So I'm expecting slightly better survivors. But for just the sake of it, I'm going to make myself look as a default Trapper. That way they won't suspect anything. Because if I were to go in with like Naughty Bear or, you know, Krampus, that's going to immediately put survivors on guard. If I go in looking like I'm a brand new player, they're not they're going to not suspect quite as much. I mean, I could go in as full prestige, but I'm not going to do that either. So, I'm going to go in as basic. I'm going to try and see what map we get, and then whatever map we get is going to determine where I place my traps. You kind of want to identify what could be a decent 3-gen to patrol. I'm not too overly worried about totems, because if they don't see hex totems, you know, like Ruin, Corrupt, things of that nature, there's a good chance that they're not going to mess with totems. So there'll still be one for the end game for Noed to pop up, as long as it gets to end game. So like I said, we're going to be doing this one, complete the trial as Trapper. Now this is win, lose, or draw. You'll still complete this one, and you'll get the 10,000 blood points. So even if I get utterly swamped, and they completely, you know, loop me, get all the gens done, get out the door, even if nobody dies, I still complete this one. I could still, you know, kick a couple of gens here and there, and that'll open up this one. And then this will open up more things to do. A lot of these are very basic, and the more you play the game, the more you'll do. So let's let this lobby load in and see what we get. Okay, Okay, I see a TTV. I see a Claudette with a map, so they might be hunting totems. So that could also mean boons. I don't see flashlights. I do see the toolboxes. I'm not overly worried. But let's see what map we get here and go from there. Because Trapper is semi-map dependent. Because if it's an indoor map, it gets harder to hide your traps. And as soon as these guys load up, we'll go from there. This guy's probably talking to chat. He's got a prestige head, so I know this isn't quite a newbie. Oh, he must have heard me. So these two can't be in a party then, because this person hasn't backed out yet. Okay, so still 2 toolboxes, a map. This isn't an overly basic cosmetic. These are older pants. So I'm also sizing up the lobby. This is a default Claudette with a map. They could be faking too. This is an event, a semi-event top for Adam. These aren't default cosmetics for Claudette, so I may have to be a little careful here. But we're gonna go in once we, figure out where we're going. We're gonna take a look at all the gens that spawn on the map, try and see which ones are potentially the closest. I want to set up around my 3 gen. I'm not using corrupt. I'm not using any real slowdown perks here. So I'm expecting gens to pop. But I'm gonna put a few traps down, collect a few, and then I'm gonna patrol. Everybody say hi to Jim. Jim is right over there. Alright, so somebody here in this lobby has not faced the trapper. In case nobody's aware, until you have gone up against a killer multiple times, it will warn you what killer you're going up against for the entire lobby. It's a feature I don't overly like, because there should be surprise. You shouldn't know who you are loading in against, but somebody in this group is brand new and has never faced a trapper. Easy, buddy, easy. Alright, let's see, what do we got? Nostromo. Okay, it's a giant map. There's more than a few choke spots. So, I spawned here. I want to pop one here. And like things like windows. You're gonna come here. So, I believe they spawned on the other side of the ship. So I've got a couple down, and I will move my traps throughout the match. Hi, I see you. Now, I'm gonna leave this here. Some will break the pallets, which that's what Brutal Strength will help with. I'm not gonna do that. That way, when somebody goes to use it later, they won't be able to. I think this is our person that has never faced a trapper before. Don't do it. Okay. Now, I semi want to bring her into my web. I'm gonna hook her here. I hear that gen having some progress on it. So you're gonna go here, and I'm gonna come over and kick this gen. Now I know there's this trap here. I want to pick this up. This is a very common vault spot, so I want to trap here. Like, the more you play on these maps, the more you're going to know where the common spots are. Okay. So somebody has decided to run and semi-hide over here. I'm not going to spend too much time hunting for them. They're probably going to either heal or go back over to that gen and try and finish it. They went back over to that gen to try and finish it. So she's still injured. She doesn't know this map. I really don't want to tunnel her. But at the same time, okay. More of a reason to tunnel her. I'm gonna try and force Dwight into a trap. So let's see, where does Dwight go? He didn't go here. He went there. Alright. That auto-tagged. But let's see if he'll try and loop. He's either gonna go for the window, the pallet, or leave the area. The more pallets I can get him to get rid of, the better for me. He's panicking. He's down. Alright. I need to reset my web a little bit. They know about the window. You're gonna go here. I'm gonna reset this, which I'll get a little speed boost for it. Like, I still have, well, I was about to say I still have a decent 3 gen, but they kind of broke that up a little bit. So they're, okay, they are going in. Yes, I see you, Adam. He's taking hits because he knows about the trap. There we go. We've got some injuries on the board. Dwight now has to mend. Okay, this guy is cocky. Which, he's the one with the cosmetic that's a little bit older. He messed up. He should have stayed in that loop. You're mine now. Alright. So as much as I don't want to put him here, I'm going to. Because there's no gens here. They've started to work on this one. This is our bot. She's not going to go into traps. I don't want to waste the hookup by this gen. So I'm going to kill her here. Now these guys are going to run to heal. Or at least they should. How did that... Okay, that works. I know that Dwight has gone off that way. Yeah, you just fucked up. Come here. You're gonna get hooked up here. Now, done correctly, I can end this match right here. Put him on the ground. Adam is gonna need to come in for saves. I'm gonna reset this trap. I'm gonna kick this gen. As much as I don't want to, we're gonna do this and pick up this trap. Well, no, we'll reset it. Now, Adam is either gonna have to go for the save. That happens too when you're playing Trapper. You periodically step in your own shit. I see you, dude. Alright, I kinda expected that. I didn't realize he was dead. Now they're at 1 gen. They're probably either gonna run off to try and heal or they're gonna prioritize this gen. I gotta try and pick up where they left. Now I'm carrying my maximum amount of traps. At this point, I can pretty much monitor these 3 gens. I don't believe they're gonna go to this one. I think they're either gonna run to the back or they're gonna prioritize this, which I can see they have started. So I'm gonna kick this just so I can track it for later. I'm gonna put a trap here just if they were to try to loop. This one has a lot of progress. We found them. Okay. Now, I don't have many traps in this area. She's running away. I believe Adam is over there. She has not prioritized totems because the one with the map, see, he just finished that one. The one with the map is already dead. He just got himself caught in the trap that I randomly placed. You're not escaping, dude. So at this point, this match is over. A little bit of pre-planning, some accidental tunneling, and we got a 4K on a semi-crappy match. This map isn't the greatest for hiding traps, but if they don't see you put them down, sometimes you can get lucky. So with that, we've got the challenge done of, you know, completing the match with brutal strength as Trapper, and we kicked a couple of gens. So hopefully that helps a little bit.